Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. We are now hearing further reports that the gun that was used to kill director of photography Halyna Hutchins on the set of Rust, Alec Baldwin's movie that he's producing, that he fired the gun. We're now hearing further reports the gun that was actually used prior to this incident, the morning of, for what's known as plinking or offset target shooting. Now the article and quote we're going to look at comes from the CEO of the Wrap. So take it with a grain of salt, but we have heard this before, that there was offset target shooting occurring. So let's get into this article. We'll take a look first at CNN. It says Rust crew members reportedly used guns with live ammunition hours before deadly shooting on set. So from CNN, crew members on the set of Rust used guns with live ammunition and engaged in a pastime called plinking hours before Halyna Hutchins was killed. Founder and CEO of The Wrap, Sharon Waxman, told CNN's Don Lemon on Monday night, citing information from an individual with knowledge of the set. So they've got an inside source apparently. Then it goes on to say, one of the guns used was later handed to actor Alec Baldwin, who fired the shot that killed Hutchins and injured the director, Joel Souza, The Wrap reported. So previously they went out shooting offset target practice with live ammunition, and then they left the gun on the cart that Dave Halls, the assistant director, picked up and handed to Alec Baldwin. One of those guns was one of the ones that they previously used for target practice. This is what The Wrap is saying. Now here's the quote from Waxman. There's this pastime that crew members sometimes do. It's called plinking, and they go out into rural areas and they shoot at beer cans. This is with live ammunition. We learned that this happened the morning of the day that Halyna Hutchins was killed, Waxman said. Waxman told CNN that plinking is common when there's downtime during a shoot. And in my last video, I'd said that when they came back from lunch, which was being reported by the director, Joel Souza, when they came back from lunch, they weren't sure if the guns had been checked. This is saying that they were used on the morning of, and maybe it was left the whole day. They went out to lunch, didn't check them, and then came back. We know it was still loaded with ammunition that had the ability to kill someone, because that is exactly what happened. Now here's where it gets a bit iffy. Now take it with a grain of salt, because CNN says they have not been able to confirm the Wrap's reporting. And when asked by the Wrap for comment, Rust producers just referred back to the previous statement sent out to the media outlets, like the PR statement, trying to cover their backside. The safety of our cast and crew is the top priority of Rust Productions and everyone associated with the company. Though we were not made aware of any official complaints concerning weapon or prop safety on set, we will be conducting an internal review of our procedures while production is shut down. We will continue to cooperate with the Santa Fe authorities in their investigation and offer mental health services to the cast and crew during this tragic time. So that's just the PR statement that was sent out. And then the rest of it goes into all the previous details I have in previous videos. You can check in the description below. All the links are there. So there's a bit of additional information on the Wrap. And they say a number of crew members had taken prop guns from the New Mexico set of the Indy Western, including the gun that killed Halyna Hutchins, to go plinking, a hobby in which people shoot at beer cans with live ammunition to pass the time. So a number of crew members had taken, I don't know if you can call them prop guns, I don't know. This is what it says, prop guns. Then it says the shooting happened just a few hours later when lead actor and producer Alec Baldwin discharged a revolver after first assistant director Dave Halls confirmed that it was a cold gun, meaning the gun did not have any live ammunition in it. He thought it didn't have any live ammunition. He called cold gun incorrectly, but there's still no excuse. It's a revolver. Alec Baldwin, as a producer himself and not just the actor, should have opened up that chamber of the revolver, checked that those bullets were not live ammunition before he shot the gun. So furthermore, it says search warrants issued over the weekend by New Mexico authorities said that Halls had grabbed one of the 3 prop guns set up by armorer Hannah Gutierrez-Reed and yelled cold gun as he handed it to lead actor Alec Baldwin, indicating that it did not have any live rounds. And then it goes into, he was rehearsing a scene which he was pointing a revolver towards the camera lens when he did the cross draw with the revolver when he was sitting in the church pew. Now all the rest of this information is stuff I've already covered, but looking over at TMZ, because this is the second time now we've heard there was offset target practice allegedly, because TMZ reported a few days ago, gun that killed DP allegedly used for offset target practice, and this was an exclusive for TMZ on the 23rd, so 4 days ago. And they were saying multiple sources directly connected to the Rust production told TMZ the same gun that Alec Baldwin accidentally fired, hitting the DP and director, was being used by crew members offset as well for what we're told amounted to target practice. So that was the initial report, and now we're hearing from the Wrap telling CNN as well that the gun that was used to kill Halyna Hutchins was used earlier in that morning for plinking or target practice. Now just take a look at what plinking is. Plinking refers to informal target shooting done for pleasure, typically at non-standard targets such as road signs, tin cans, logs, bottles, or any other homemade or naturally occurring target. So they were just setting up potentially just some beer cans, which is what they said, just having a bit of target practice shooting in the morning, but the absolute negligence to not check that that gun was not loaded when it was handed to Alec Baldwin for the scene or for the setting up the scene is absolute careless and reckless negligence that caused the death of the cinematographer Halyna Hutchins. So the amount of issues that we have seen now with this negligence and carelessness, from the lead armorer Hannah Gutierrez-Reed to the assistant director Dave Hall, who handed Alec Baldwin the gun, calling cold gun, all the way to Alec Baldwin, who as a producer should have been checking and making sure everything was safe. But we know from previous videos I've done that they were trying to cut corners, trying to cut costs, and things happen when you cut corners. Unfortunately, this is one of them. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Be sure to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Share this one out, and I'll see you in the next one.